Hey there guys, in this video I'm going to show you a Season 4 only clear of the Wicked Queen trial. So the Season 4 mission is very challenging, especially because I don't have my own Ridar. But we're going to use a friend Ridar. Now for the actual clear, I actually used Robot DA's Ridar, but any EX2 Ridar should be fine. Probably lower EX levels are fine as well, but at EX2 he gets his 100 amplify for a target, which speeds up the clear and makes phase 3 a little bit more bearable. But this is the clear that I went with. I'm not sure if it's the best clear, but Season 4 units are very narrow, and I did make it work. So I'll go over gearing and all at the end of the video where I edit in. You'll see when we get there. We're going to start the video. I'm going to show you phase 1 and phase 2. I'm going to show you the beginning of phase 3. Then I'm going to cut the video and edit in the actual clear of my phase 3 and etc. But as far as espers go, the esper it's really critical that the friend have Lakshmi on their esper. So we're not going to be able to kill phase 3 with this clear, but you know I already did it, and I'm going to edit it in and show you. We also need Lakshmi on our Ihana. Anyway, let's get in here, and I'm going to show you phase 1 and phase 2, and then I'm going to edit in the phase 3 where I already won. Okay. Also, there will be a turn chart in the comments that I mapped out every single turn. You have to just work with it depending on your crystal drops and your variants, etc. Anyway, so for phase 1, what we're going to do, on turn 1, we're going to use Ridar to Knight's Formation for Omni cover on turn 1. We're going to Shelga, and we're going to do Give an Opening. That is the field for the Imperil field. Tulian is going to put up his fields with Jord him, Jord kicks 2, and full breakdown. Ihana is going to triple cast Aura because my Snavlenka is only EX1, so she doesn't have a full LB gauge. Snavlenka is going to do Our World Live On, Princess and Mother, and in Stonega. We are getting dispelled, but whatever. Runda is going to not yet. Van Harm is going to Tyvis a Spirit, and Runda will just normal attack. So turn 1, we're going to get completely dispelled. The boss is also going to dispel herself, but that's okay. We're going to Omni cover all the damage on turn 1, and that's also where the mitigation is coming from. Okay, so Ridar will cover all the damage with Omni cover. That gives him 90% mitigation to survive. As you can see, the boss freaking hurts, especially on Season 4 units. You know, you don't have Abigail and stuff like that. Anyway, okay, so now, apparently this Ridar has counter, which is fine. It might be a slow clear because the Ridar has counter. Anyway, we got completely dispelled. So what we're going to do with Ridar, we're now going to cover again. That also buffs our stats, by the way. This is our stat buff, a 230 from the cover. We're going to Jord Assault to break the boss as well as Imperil Earth. And we're going to start the Rolling Amplify on Van Harma. Ihana is going to triple. We're going to do in Stonega. We're going to do Veil for the status immunity, and we're going to Curega. The Curega is our healing source. Tulian's going to LB, Snavlenka's going to LB, and we're going to LB Ridar. Now, when you're clicking, you want to always click Tulian first to apply the better Earth Imperil. So we're going to click Tulian and Snavlenka, chain them together, wait just a second, and then click Van Harma. And that's going to deal a little bit of damage here. Okay, now Runda is going to LB after all that, which will fill some LB gauge. There's no dispel on turn 2, so we're fine here. Just some attacks. Single target physical damage, which for Runda is, in phase 1 and phase 2, no big deal. In phase 3, Runda's going to get brutalized, as you'll see. But we're fine in phase 1 and phase 2. Anyway, turn 3, we're going to go ahead and LB our Ihana for the human and insect killer and LB damage buff. We're going to SLB our Runda. That'll fill up the LB gauge for everyone else, and we can LB yet again. So, here we go. So let's see, make sure, yeah, so we do this, and wait, do this. A little bit of damage. We don't want to push the threshold yet, by the way. So if you're pushing the threshold, chain less hard or something. We want to push the threshold on turn 4. So now Ridar will put Shelga up because we do need that better magic mitigation. And then bar Eroja and bar Stonja to fill LB gauge, basically. Okay, so we're getting dispelled yet again this turn. Very, very exciting. Some attacks on Ridar. We don't have Omni cover anymore. Oh my god, it hurts. It hurts so much. Okay, it's fine. So, yeah, I was using an EX3 Ridar for my clear earlier. I'm not used to Ridar taking this much damage. It's EX2. Like, he's geared well. It's just that this is really a hard trial for Season 4 only units. Alright, so now we're going to push the threshold on turn 4. So Ihana we got dispelled again, by the way. So we're going to end Stona. We're going to Veil so we don't get poisoned on the threshold. And we're going to Curaga. You know, honestly speaking, I think poison is less of a big deal as healing up. But no, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to go ahead and just use one Curaga. Okay, so now we are going to use Tulian to just triple Jord Ring or whatever. The boss, by the way, Tulian's Jord kicks automatically broke the boss's defensive spirit, as you can see here. So we're just going to triple bolting with these two, and we're going to SLB Van Harma, and that will push the Phase 1 threshold. So here we go, this, and then this, and there's the Phase 1 threshold. Now, if the boss wasn't at like 52%, that SLB from Van Harma in Phase 1 does like 30% damage. It would have been fine. Anyway, now Runda's going to guard, because we're taking some single target physical. We want him to have better mitigation. And then we're going to use Jord Assault to break the boss's attack and magic, and then just some LB fill with Ridar. Now we're going into Phase 2. We're getting dispelled yet again. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I've seen your RP so many times as I work this clear out. Don't want to see it anymore. Okay, completely dispelled. Thankfully, the boss doesn't dispel herself ever again the rest of the fight. So all the breaks and all are still on the boss, which is very, very nice. But we got ourselves completely dispelled. So what we're going to do, we're going to have Runda. On this turn, we're getting dispelled yet again. It's just some AoE physical damage. So Runda's going to cover it for us. We're going to cover, Protectka, and Provoke +2, his TMR. That is very important for the mitigation. We're going to use Ihana to triple here. We're going to end Stonga for the Amplify, and then we're going to double Curaga to heal the party, because we are taking some hits. We are now going to use Tulian to LB. We're going to SLB Snavlenka, and we didn't quite get the LB of Van Harma, which is fine. So you can either, we'll just use Eisenschwal or whatever, and we're going to do Jord Assault, and then again some double LB fill. So bar, Stonja, Aroga, etc. And you are doing the Bolting Strike move. It's fine. Anyway, this is not really a damage turn regardless. We got dispelled, and we're getting dispelled again. You know, just a little bit of damage, because why not? But the real damage comes a little bit later. So damage over time, not super big deal here. Here's some physical damage, not too bad in Phase 1, Phase 2. The physical damage is like lethal in Phase 3, though. Anyway, we got dispelled yet again. So this turn, Ihana will go ahead and use her SLB for, again, human killer, insect killer, stat buff, LB buff, etc. We're going to SLB Tulian. We don't quite have the LB of you, that's fine. So we're going to use Ridar to do cover. We're going to do Shelga. We got a cover again in Shelga. And we're going to do the Imperil Field yet again, give an opening. Okay, Van Harma will LB, and if we had the LB of Snavlenka, we would do it. I'm looking at my turn chart. You know what? We're just buffing next turn regardless. Yeah, we're going to just use Runda to fill up Snavlenka. We can do more damage. That's fine. Anyway, so we'll do this, and we do this. And some damage. So this turn is AoE magic damage. I'm hoping the EX2 Ridar survives. I mean, he should. Oh, we do have Runda's SLB at this point. Yeah, Ridar should be fine. Ridar should be fine. Yeah, we have Runda's SLB. Oh my god, please be fine. We're good. Ugh. What vision card? His HP is lower than the one I was using earlier. Oh my god, no wonder. A 0 HP vision card. Ugh. It's fine. It's working out. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's going to work out in phase 3. We'll see, though. We'll see. Anyway. Let's see. So, look at my turn chart. Oh, yeah. This is a setup turn. Okay. So, Ihana is going to do... Did we get this? We did not get dispelled. Ihana is going to do Veil for the status immunity and double Kurega to heal, because obvious reasons. Tulin will set up his field again with the Jord Kicks, Jord Him, Full Breakdown. Snavlenka, Stonga, World, and Mother. Van Harma will Tyvis' Spirit, we're not doing damage this turn. Runda is Berserked, by the way. And then you will Jord Assault again. And just fill LB gauge, so Bar Stonga and Bar Eroja to fill up LB. And there we go. And we should, yep, we got it on Tulian, perfect. Okay, so some attacks right here, not too big of a deal. We got SOB from Runda. Let's see, so this turn is an AoE stop. So we're gonna be using Ihana to buff stop immunity from Lakshmi on this round. Let's see, we're still Berserked on Runda, no big deal. So Tulian will LB, Snavlenka will LB, and Van Harma will SLB. So we're going to go ahead and deal some damage here. Nice. Okay, and then Ridar will just fill the LB gauge. So we'll just, you know, Bar Eroja, Bar Stone, go whatever. Make sure you do one of each. I'm not sure what phase the boss does, what elements, but, you know, just mix them up. That's mostly to fill the LB gauge, because Van Harma's got a really cheap LB gauge, and he can just spam his LB almost every single turn. Some weak attacks, AoE death, etc., no big deal. But the boss did give himself Human Killer, and that would completely brutalize and kill our Ridar in this phase. We cannot have that Human Killer there. So what we're going to do, Ihana is going to dual cast Dispel from the, remember we gave her the Dispel materia, and then we'll just use Aura to fill LB gauge in case someone needed it. Almost have it on Snavlenka, not quite, so that's fine. Okay, so the boss got completely dispelled. We're going to use Runda right here to cover, Protectka, and Provoke. And then we're going to use LB on Van Harma, SLB of Tulian. This is why EX3 for Tulian is kind of important, because we're going to always be doing SOB immediately after dispelling the boss to reapply all the breaks and imperils. Snavlenka didn't quite get the LB gauge. That's okay. We'll just chain triple bolting. So we'll go ahead and chain this up. Make sure you're clicking Tulian first to apply the break. So Tulian, wait, Van Harma, deal a little bit of damage here. There we go, and we can just reload Ridar and fill LB gauge again, so triple the bar spells. Okay. Some attacks on Runda. Again, hurts a little bit, not super bad, and we got Dispelled again. We love Dispels. Okay, so this turn, we are going to, again, SLB our Ihana. We are going to use Ridar to cover Shelga and Jord Assault. And before we do Runda, we'll use our LB gauges, because Runda's going to refill them. So we're going to SLB Snavlenka, we're going to LB Tulian, and we're going to LB Van Harma. So go ahead and do this, deal a little bit of damage. And then we can use Runda's SLB after all that to just refill the LB gauges. Okay. And this turn is 4 AoE magic attacks. Relatively painful, but with Runda's SLB, we should be okay on Ridar. I hope. His HP is a little bit low. Oh boy, no, we're good. We're good. Okay, so turn 11. We are now going to... we're getting Dispelled again this turn, but that's okay. We're going to deal some damage first. Okay, so we are going to have Ihana. Runda's Berserked again, by the way. We love Berserk. Okay, so Ihana on this turn is going to go ahead and do Stonga, Veil, and Kurega. And this turn is going to be just some weak attacks, no big deal. Let's see, Tulian will LB, Van Harma will... Oh, we're not going to LB. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use give me an opening with... let's do it this way. Now just give me an opening, and we'll just do some resist buffs to fill LB gauge. And there we go. So now we can LB again. So we'll go ahead and do some LB. Deal a little bit of damage. The next threshold, by the way, is at 20%. So there we go, turn 11. Okay, so now we're going into... now the boss repeats the rotation. So the phase 2 is a 7-turn rotation. That was turn 7 of the phase 2. Now we're back in the beginning of the rotation of phase 2. So it just repeats. We got dispelled, and we're getting dispelled again this turn, but that's okay. So we're going to cover with Runda, we're going to Protectica, and we're going to Provoke. Because this turn is just all physical damage. Let me look at my turn chart. Okay, we got dispelled, so we're going to use you to end Stonga for the amp, and then just Kurega twice. We don't need LB gauge, really. I mean, we do on Snoplinka, but we can't fill it with her. So we're going to SLB Tulian. We're going to SLB Van Harma. And let's see. We'll just triple bolting on Snoplinka because her LB is not ready. Do this. Do this. Okay. And then you will Jord Assault. And then we'll just do Bar Aroga and Bar... You know, Jord Assault's not even important. So we'll just do... this. More LB fill. Okay, so the friend is running out of mana too. Just out of curiosity. Did he Doorpot MP? Oh my god. No wonder. Oh my god. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we're almost in phase 3, and then we're going to swap over anyway. So let's see here. So Ihana on this turn, turn 13, we are going to do her LB for the killers, etc. Van Harma is going to LB. We're going to LB Tulian. We're going to LB Snoplinka. And we got dispelled again, by the way. So before we do all this, we're going to cover for the stat buff. We're going to Shelga. And Bar, whatever. Actually, we don't need stats. We did Ihana's LB. So we're going to go ahead and do damage first. So we're going to do damage. Wait. Chain. Perfect. We do this, and we do SLB on Runda to refill everyone so we can burst yet again. Okay, so Runda's getting berserked here. Okay. Let's see here. So turn 14. We did not get dispelled. And the boss doesn't have a killer, so we're good. So what we're going to do, we're going to Veil on Ihana for the status immunity. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see. So we're going to Veil for status immunity, and then just Kurega twice. Let's see. Tulian, we got to set up the fields again. So we're going to Jord, him, and full breakdown. Snavlenka can just end Stone Good. Don't use her cooldowns. We need those for phase 3, which is coming up soon. Van Harma can just guard here. Hold on. Yeah, just guard. And then you can Jord Assault and some LB fill. Okay. So this is the tricky part. We got to really properly time that threshold. We got to push it on a specific turn. So, okay, so this turn we are going to, let's see, use Stop Resist on Ihana. Snavlenka will SLB, Tulian will SLB. And let's see, Runda's Berserk. We're going to fill LB gauge with you. Okay, now... I don't want to use his... Okay, so we're going to just have him bolting so that we don't over push the threshold. We could LB, but I don't want to go to 20%, and by not using Van Harma's LB, we should only do about 4% that turn. That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna push the threshold. Yeah, we want to push the threshold on turn 16. So we could have done Van Harma's LB there, but I didn't want to over push. It probably would have been fine, honestly. But this is totally fine. Okay, so here we go. So now we are going to push the threshold. So what we're going to do with Ridar is we're going to give an opening because the field is gone. We're going to we don't need a Jordan Assault. So we're going to give an opening, and then we're going to just bar Aroja. And we'll do it twice to make sure that Snavlenka gets her LB. Okay, Van Harma will SLB, we'll LB Snavlenka, and Tulian will either LB, SLB, whatever. We're good. So just to guarantee we do it, we don't really need anything from Ihana this turn. We'll do big killers on Van Harma. So we're going to Insect on Van Harma and Human on Van Harma. Runda is not going to use the SLB. Runda's going to guard because we need him guarding for this threshold. So let's go ahead and push that phase 3 threshold. So do this, and this should definitely push it. There it is. Now we're in phase 3. So some big damage on Runda. Ouch. Ouch. Phase 3 damage hurts. It hurts so much. He was guarding too. Okay, so we're in phase 3. Here we go. So, we're not going to be able to go the entire rotation of phase 3 because the friend is not properly geared for it. You'll see why. So I'm going to do the beginning of phase 3, then we're going to cut the video. So we're going to continue into phase 3 until we can't any longer. The 5th turn of phase 3, so turn 21 is going to be a game over for us, and you'll see why when we get there. Because the friend is not on Lakshmi. Anyway, we got dispelled. So normally the first turn of the rotation in phase 3. Phase 3 is a 6-turn repeating rotation, and we're going to be here for a long time because the boss heals in phase 3 and very bulky. So normally you won't be dispelled on the turn 1 of this turn, but we are dispelled currently. So we have to rebuff and all. Also, the boss is going to have Human Killer on the first turn of this rotation. And we're not going to dispel it. We're going to just leave it, and we're going to use Ridar to deal with this. So we're going to cover with Ridar in this order, by the way. Cover, we're going to Omni Cover, and then we're going to Shelga. And with Omni Cover up, that big 90% mitigation, Ridar can tank even with the Human Killer up. As far as the rest of the party, we're going to do setup. So we're going to... Snavlenka is going to end Stone... We're getting dispelled again, by the way. End Stonega and do these buffs. Some of these buffs are undispellable, by the way. Let's see. Runda is going to do... Don't use the SLB. We're going to cover. We're going to provoke 2. And whatever. Laser, who cares? Van Harma can just Typhus Spirit. We're not going to do damage this turn. Ihana can just heal up a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and triple Curaja. Or Curaga. And Tulian, honestly, just guard. Okay, so we're getting dispelled again. So this is going to be Omni-covered by Ridar. He should be fine. Omni-cover is very, very strong. Sort of fine-ish. It was okay. So that was pretty high freaking damage. Wow. Well, whatever. No, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Okay, so the boss put up Killer yet again. Even if we had dispelled it, the boss would have reapplied the Human Killer this turn. So this time we don't have Omni Cover on Ridar. He would die with the Killer. So Ihana is now going to, as her first action, we're going to dual cast. We're going to dispel the boss's killers. Then we're going to end Stonega because you need to keep that damage really high in phase 3. You don't really have time to do like a recovery turn. So Tulian is going to SLB. We're going to have Snavlenka LB, and then LBU. And before we do all that, we'll put up the buffs again. We'll cover for the stat buff and for the cover. We're going to Shelga for the mitigation, and then Jord Assault for the attack and magic break. Wait for this to finish. And deal some damage right here. And after we deal damage, Runda will SLB. Yeah, the boss is very bulky in phase 3. So Runda will SLB for the mitigation as well as for the LB fill. So this turn is some AoE physical, AoE magic. We're going to the physical damage on this turn is pretty low. It's not very good. So with Runda's mitigation, we're fine. We're just going to take it with the party. And the magic damage is covered by Ridar. Painful. We're okay. We're okay. Okay, so this turn, we are going to SLB our Ihana for the buffing. This turn, the only real damage is single target physical damage, which Runda's going to be okay with. So Ihana will SLB. We're going to guard Runda, though, so with his SLB mitigation and guarding, he's going to be fine. So the rest of the party, we're going to use Ridar this turn to 100 amplify Van Harma, and then just fill some LB gauge. And then the rest of the party can LB. Let's keep that damage going. And as long as you're dealing 6% or more per rotation, per 6 turns, you're going to out-damage the healing. The boss heals by 5% per 6 turns. And we are dealing enough damage. So turn 20 is, let's see here, this turn, we use Ihana to... Now, because we're going to get some big damage on turn 5 and 6 of the rotation, we want to cure this poison so we take the least amount of damage possible. So we're going to go ahead and Isunaga the poison away, and then double Kurega to heal with Ihana. Van Harma will SLB, Snovlinka will SLB, Tulian's LB is not ready, that's fine, we'll just do triple bolting with Tulian. Triple earth bolting. Okay, so we'll go ahead and deal some damage here. This. Okay, there it is. Let's see. And then Ridar on this turn just fills some LB gauge. This turn is only oh no, this turn is AoE physical, but it's minor. It's minor AoE physical. Yeah, the real AoE physical is going to start coming on the next 3 turns. There's the dispel. Okay, so we got completely dispelled, and here's where things get very tricky. We got completely dispelled, and the boss does have killers again. Thankfully, the next 2 turns are pure physical damage, no magic damage whatsoever. So Runda is going to cover, protect, and provoke +2. Because he's a robot and not a human, we don't care about the boss's human killer. We can ignore dispelling it for... I completely lied to you. We have to dispel it because of... Why are we dispelling? We don't need to dispel human killer. Anyway, I don't remember why I did this. I've been working on this all night. My turn chart says do it. We're going to do it. So we're going to dispel the boss, and we're going to veil. We need status immunity. Okay. We also need stop immunity this turn. So this turn, Ridar will do stop immunity from Lakshmi. Except this Ridar is not on Lakshmi. So this is why this clear is not going to work. But I'm going to show you the other clear in a second. Anyway, let's keep dealing damage. So we're going to LBU. Snovlinka's LB is not ready. So we're going to just triple bolting. And then we're going to... oh my god, it's not ready for you either. Okay, normally we would do stop with Ridar. And the clear is over in a minute. I'm just going to fill LB gauge just for demonstrations purposes. But normally we would do stop there. So here we go. So this. And as you can see, we are dealing more than 6% damage per rotation. So this clear will win. Anyway, here's the AoE attacks. Runda will cover the physical damage. It hurts pretty bad, but we're okay. And there we go. So we're now stopped. The people that aren't immune. Some of the party is immune, but there it is. So that's why the clear is now over. We're stopped for 5 turns. We have no way to deal with that. You're supposed to be immune. Yeah, stop 5 turn. Anyway, and then the turn 6 of the rotation. The turn 6 of the rotation, we would do triple Kurega with Ihana to top up Runda. Runda would guard this turn. We have to guard this turn to survive because this turn is even more physical damage. We would do the field and LB fill with Ridar. We would do all the setup buffs with Snovlinka. Tulian would reapply his fields and all, and Van Harma would Tyvis' Spirit to get ready for a burst next turn. And we would continue the rotation over and over and over until the boss dies. The phase 3 just repeats every 6 turns. It repeats over and over and over. I'll put a turn chart in the comments. It's going to be an enormous turn chart. A 57 something clear turn chart. Yeah, 57 turn chart. I mapped out my entire clear. Anyways, now I'm going to cut the video, and you're going to see my phase 3. It's going to pick up somewhere around turn 45 where I started recording. And because I've been working on this all night long, I wasn't narrating. So you're going to see me just doing very high focus gameplay deep into phase 3. Once I kill the boss in phase 3, I start narrating again because I realize, oh, I'm going to post this video. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the clear, and this is a season 4 clear on Wicked Queen Byalcua. Enjoy the rest of it. Alright guys, let's see if we can do it. And come on. Not quite. Damn it. Okay. Alright, turn 51. Let's see. Dispel. Veil. Stop resist. Cover, protect. Provoke. SLB. Bolting. And bolting. Oh my god, so irritating. Okay, Runda. Give me an opening. BS times 2. Princess, our mother. Typhus' spirit. Curaga times 3. 53. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. Alright. 53. Let's see. Hana will SLB. We will cover. Knight's transformation. And big amp. Van Harma. SOB, 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 cover, protect. No. Protect, shell, provoke. Okay. Pretty good. Let's see, 54. I need to dispel. So, dispel and stone go. Let's see. Cover, Jord, and Shelga. SOB. Damn it. Okay, whatever. 55 limit. Alright, 55. What are we doing? We are limit LB LB bulging guard Ronda. Okay. A lot of LB fill. Isunaga. Kirega. Let's see. 56. Oh my god. Okay, well whatever. We're killing it this turn. I don't care. Got it. Okay. So the gear. Ihana. There it is. So, wow. Okay, so anyway. Whew, we won. So Ihana is on Lakshmi for stop immunity. Yeah, stop immunity. Then she has Lakshmi Tome and Tranquil Healing for healing modifier boost. Dispel, so we can dispel the boss's human killer buff. Status immunity, a bulk card, mana reduction, and counter because her normal attack does fill LB gauge. And the whole party has death immunity. Van Harma is the carry in this clear, so 350 LB damage, or 300 LB damage boost. Max to Demon, Human, and Insect Killer. Death immunity. Tyvus' Spirit. And then a little bit of bulk with Truth Seeker. And there we go. And then this card. Because it's high attack power. Ronda is Passive Provoke. Death immune. Stop immune. Charm immune. Status immune. Bulk. his materia for the 75 mitigation, status immunity, and as much bulk as possible. And as you saw, he dropped to like triple digit HPs on some turns. He gets hit freaking hard. And yeah, he's our mitigation and provoker. And he's also a non-human, so some turns we can skip dispelling the human killer. Tulian is surprisingly high damage here. For this rotation, he does require EX3 though. So keep that in mind. His upgraded Vidar, death immunity, and we gave him Prophet's Diadem and Titus's Garb for the bulk, the mana reduction, and the status immunity. LB damage, there we go, and then a card. So he's geared as best as I can. Max LB damage, 200 human, 200 demon, and only 100 insect healer. But he's going to deal surprisingly good damage. Snavlinka, only EX1. Now, while I could have STR Moogled her sword to make her a lot better gearing, I didn't want to. There we go, status immunity. Some LB fill with Guardian of Kyrie, etc. Status immunity, a card, and maxed LB, max human, 275 demon, and max insect killer. And then Robot sent me a nice Red Arc. I don't have my own. EX level, honestly, not that important. We never use his LB or SLB the entirety of the encounter, so technically EX0 would be fine, except that you would obviously be a lot squishier. He does get hit pretty hard. That doesn't matter. Status immunity, death immunity, not provoking, and we do have some decent resistances across the board. And there we go. Also, the Prophet's Diadem and some Aerith Chokers for the mana regen, because he spams these stupid LB fill skills constantly. So we need mana reduction and mana regen, and then a magic card. And that was the Season 4 clear. Now I only have to do a clear with Sheraton on the party, which is going to be super easy. I just stick her on the party with Rick and get it done in 8 to 10 turns, and we got it. Oh boy. What a headache. My god. It was a long clear. I'll put a turn chart in the comments so you can follow along. Van Harma seriously carried that. And as you can see, Tulian outdamaged Snavlinka. Of course, EX3 versus EX1. He got his SLB way more often. And there it is. And that should have been the Season 4 victory. Let's go and claim our fragments. The game might lag slightly for a moment as we do this, but let's go ahead and do it. Oof! What a headache, my lord. Alright, so let's see here. And quest, we did it. Okay, so it's gonna lag for a second. But I just want to show me claiming these fragments because I'm never going to do that again. I might do phase 1 and 2 later in a video just to show it. But yeah, what a headache. All right. Oh my god, I hate when it does this. We have to go to the daily shop and come out again for it to show you the tab. I don't know why it does that. Oh my god, Season 4 complete! Okay. Just clear with Sheraton on the party. That's going to be really easy to do. So, EX3 Sheraton incoming very soon. See you in a bit.